Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about how to keep going when the goalpost has moved. This can go in all different areas, but in particular, I want to talk about my goal of 75 hard, which I started July 1st. I want to say first, but yeah, I started in July 1st so I can keep myself accountable on the first. And update with that is that, am I still on it? Yes. Should I probably have been started back on day one? Yes. But we'll talk about that. So, one of the things that I would say is to um, how to keep going is to stay focused on your why. Like, why did you decide to do this? For me, with the hard 75, excuse me, I discussed how I wanted to do something for me. So we're going to pause there. I feel like I was going through like a lot, like giving myself a lot to just people, and I just wanted something for myself. And when I started it, I was like, day one was a breeze. It was like, okay, this is what it is. But later or soon will I realize that when life gets in the way, as it will, things get, in the word, hard. So I started on July 1st, and my sister passed away July 3rd, which in essence, it was hard. And to continue on with that being said, but what I do when I go through trauma, or when I go through something as traumatic as that, which is the trauma, um, I escape. So I escape into activities, I escape into gym life, I escape into all different things. So 75 hard became my escapism. And so I had to do it perfect. Like, I had to do the drinking water. I had to do this. So I was like, okay, mind you, that's what made it perfect. But at the same time, I also had to deal with people around me mourning. And to me, I realized that, like, hey, I can actually adjust this, because my why was because I wanted to do something for me. Like, the program is meant for us to continue to be disciplined and to stick to something that's actually hard and stay with it. And I think the reason for you to start back over is for you to be really like consistent with it. But I think like this, okay, the day that I found out, like, again, I tried my hardest to stay, but my emotions was everywhere. So then I gave in to like eating sweets or something like that. And my eating program was to eat healthy. But then I started to realize, like, this, because this is for me, and I did decide to start back over. So the end goal was in September 13th, but now it's September 15th. But after that realization, I realized, like, hey, let me cater it towards for me, because this is for me. So why am I making it so hard? Um, and I tend to do that, right? That perfect, like, I have to just follow it how it says, instead of like making it staying on my focus of why. And it was something for me to do. So I adjusted it. I adjusted my eating plan as well. I'm like, okay, what exactly are you going for in your eating program? And then for me, it was to eat clean. And I still haven't really ate a lot of like packaged food other than like frozen stuff. And so I had to really define, like, what does eating clean look like for me? And at first I was going to go just straight hard of no processed food. It was just gonna be natural food, and if you want a cookie, make it yourself. Like, make it. And I'm like, nah, nope, that's not gonna be for me. This is, again, my why was, why am I doing this? And it really was for a reset on my health, just something for me. And I realized that, like, hey, this is still for me. Like, I still have done my walks in the morning. I still have done my gratitude, drinking water. We'll talk about that one too. Exercising actually twice a day. And I have not had no rest days, and my body is literally feeling it. And will say, like, I understand why God has given us rest days, because our body really, really does need to recharge. And mentally, I've been being able to get like recharging moments, and that has been a game changer for me. But imagine having your your body. So one of the two things which I have actually talked about is adapt your plan. So that's what actually I've been discussing, is I'm adapting what works for me to where I don't have to completely like, I messed up, I want to quit, because I am on day 15 as of today. And if I mess up one day, sometimes I'll be like, well, maybe I shouldn't go on this walk. And the thing is, like, I also felt like it was supposed to be morning walks, and I realized it's not a morning walk, it's a outside exercise. So I'm like, oh, okay, because like there was one time where I'm just like, I didn't want to get up early to go on the walk, and I realized that, like, hey, you don't have to. You can go do an afternoon walk. You just have to exercise. So I am adapting my plan, and same thing with eating. Now, another thing was the water. Now, I realized that I normally do drink about a gallon a day. Like, I was proud of myself on the first day. I was like, hey, I can do this because I've been doing this. Mind you, I use my water for everything. I will use it for the tea I drink in the morning. I'll use it for when I go out, and that water I'll be drinking on nourishment. That'd be the gallon of water. And I use it for just drinking and stuff like that. But there was times when my body felt like it couldn't take any more. Like, I felt like one of the things that could happen, because I did the research before I started this, is like consumption of too much water could be too much on your kidneys, and it's caused something to where when you take in too much, and mind you, you're supposed to like add salt to it. But I was like, I'm not trying to get that. So I am consistent with drinking this gallon of water, but there are sometimes days where I don't drink I want to say full gallon. And do I start back over? No, I don't, because I do what's good for my body, and my body is saying no, 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 no. So I am not starting back over if I can't drink the full gallon of water. And I want to stand up to show you the gallon of the thing that I have for it, and it's really, really huge. I showed it in a post, and it's a lot of water. So I think I drink enough to where, again, it's a good amount, but sometimes my body's like, that's all I can take. Another thing is trusting God's timing. That is to keep on your post. Like, this for me in general, like, a lot of my goals in life have completely changed. Literally, my life is not how I thought it would be at the age of 40, and in 2 months 41. So with me and how I'm adjusting to that, and the plans that I created for myself, is literally just trusting what God has for me. With losing my sister, life literally has changed for all of us. I could say that it's one of those things, like, you just didn't see this happening. There's no way that, yeah. So I am trusting that God is going to carry us through. God, in the situation with the children, is just, God is going to give us the strength. And I'm trusting in his timing with my life. I'm trusting in his timing with the children. And that's what I'm doing there. And one of the things with keep going with your goalposts is keep showing up anyways. So for me, that is not giving up when I did not finish the gallon of water, or I have to say that I'm consistent with, and I'm leaving that one out, that I'm supposed to say that I read a book. So I'm actually happy about that, that I do stick to my 10 page, but at first I was more strict on it has to be the book that I chose. And I could say that I kind of not forget, but more of like I'll read something else that has 10 pages and not like be consistent with the specific book that I chose. And so I do count that because it's 10 pages of a nonfiction book. But I'm just keeping going. I have not given up. There are moments where I want to give up. There are moments where I want to quit. And I'm talking specifically for the 75 hard. Not because it's hard. I think these activities are doable. I think life is hard for me right now. It's really, really hard carrying my emotions, and still trying to be consistent with working out. And sometimes I feel like it's purposeless, but I told myself that if it go back to number one, my why is for me. It's not for anybody else but me. So those are the 4 ways to keep going with your goal, right? When the goalpost has moved, yes, how to keep on going. And I'll reread it. The wrap up is to stay focused on your why, adapt your plan, trust God's timing, and keep showing up anyway. So until next time, y'all. Bye.